Hey, what's going on, people? Your boy, man, Mike, coming at you guys with more Atlanta Falcons content. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Help your boy reach 4,000 subscribers, man. All right, that is my new goal. All right, so let's get straight to it, man. Three keys to victory. All right, three keys to victory for the Atlanta Falcons San Francisco 49ers game. But let's go to the injury resist. Isaiah Oliver, cornerback for the Atlanta Falcons, is questionable. Tyson Bryo, James Carpenter, Allen Bailey, they will not play. Okay, they will not play according to Dan Quinn. James Carpenter with a uh, concussion for the most part. I don't think he's past concussion protocol, so he will not play. Allen Bailey with issues as well as Tyson Bryo. Look, man, I think this is for the best, man. The Falcons don't need to see what these guys can do. We already know what Tyson Bryo is. We know what James Carpenter is, and we know what Bailey is. All right, it's time for some new blood. Trying to see if these guys are going to be worth bringing back next year. Because the Falcons have they have a lot of issues to kind of resolve at the end of the year. Okay, just to see who's going to be here and who's not going to be here. Julio Jones will play. He and Devontae Freeman. These guys are active today in practice. So, looks like they will get the nod against the 49ers. The 49ers, Richard Sherman, D Ford, Tarrant, DJ Jones, Julian Taylor, and Kashawn Williams. These guys are also out of Sunday's game in San Francisco. So, let's get to it, man. Three keys to victory. I gotta say this, and this is probably the best one for the Atlanta Falcons, and that's just stop the run. All right, it's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be difficult because we know what Kyle Shanahan is. Kyle Shanahan is a brilliant mind when it comes to, using deception, using a lot of just trickery and misdirection when it pertains to the running backs, trying to kind of, trying to get these guys, you know, the defense to kind of figure out what these guys are doing as far as who has the ball. He used a lot of that Army, Navy, the college style of option runs and pitches here and there. He's brilliant. He's brilliant in bringing that aspect to the NFL. So when you look at it, man, Falcons is just gonna have to go back. They're gonna have to go back to old school football, and that's just old school football as far as college is concerned. Go back to your college days. You can't you can't attack these guys. You can't attack these guys because if you attack, they can use a ton of misdirection, pitch passes. Even Jimmy G. Jimmy G can run a bit. All right, he's been playing well, but when it comes down to it, man, the Falcons are just gonna have to play disciplined football, and we already know for the most part this year, the Falcons have not done well as it pertains to discipline. These guys are pretty much the opposite of discipline. So without Aaron Bailey, it's going to be interesting. The linebackers are going to have to play much more better contained. They're going to play, definitely much more patient. And like I said before, they're just going to have to use their intelligence. All right, so we're going to see what the linebackers for the Atlanta Falcons are going to do. Devondre Campbell, he did not play. He did not practice in Tuesdays. So we will see if he sees any type of ill effects of his injury, his calf injury. So when you look at it, man, stopping the run, Falcons have to manage and kind of keep those guys under control, because if you don't stop that running game for San Francisco, Tevin Coleman, those guys, they're gonna run through you like hot butter through a knife. So stopping the run is the first key to victory. The second one, protect Matt Ryan. All right, protect Matt Ryan. This is one that I continue to reiterate. Now, this is probably the most valuable for the Atlanta Falcons, because we know that Dirk Cutter All right, he wants to come out. He wants to pass the ball. But when you don't have a Calvin Ridley who is out for the rest of the season with a abdominal injury, look, man, you're gonna have to find another way to get big plays. To just not even big plays. You're just gonna have to find a way to kind of get these guys, young receivers, acclimated to the NFL game, the NFL speed of the game. Now, I like what I've seen from Christian Blake. I like what I've seen from Omalade Zacchaeus. I love what I see from him. You still have a veteran wide receiver in Justin Hardy. Russell Gage is continuously improving every time I see him out. All right, so I love what I see with Russell Gage, but we're going to finally see if these guys are willing to step up because Julio Jones, like we said before, we know Julio is going to be Julio. But which one of these guys are going to step up in the absence of Calvin Ridley? Would it be Russell Gage? Would it be Zacchaeus? Or would it be Christian Blake? I don't know. But I can tell you that I'm going to keep a close eye on what Russell Gage is for this team, man. I think he just has a tremendous amount of ability, man. I love his route running, his ability to make plays. I think he has a knack to make big plays, big catches. He just haven't had a ton of success, not success, but a ton of good luck because he's had some really bad luck as far as injuries concerned. So if he can stay healthy, man, I really believe that Russell Gage will be a pretty good receiver for the Atlanta Falcons, especially with no Richard Sherman in this game. It's gonna be tough. We're gonna see. All right. And like I said before, we already know that Kyle Shanahan, but Dirk Cutter likes to come out and throw the ball, but we can't get cocky. We can't see what we did in the past, and okay, we played much better. We got the win, and offense played well. Devontae Freeman, those guys ran for over 150 yards. Man, can't get cocky. We got to continue to stick with the passing of the running game and not pass the ball 40 and 50 times a game. So continue with balance, Dirk freaking Cutter. Continue with the balance. And let's just get these guys, in the rhythm, man, and running the ball, balance, and that's what's going to get the win. And the last one, again, all right, we know that the receivers are, it's going to be tough. It's definitely going to be tough to kind of, replace Calvin Ridley. But I think when you look at the receivers, running backs, tight ends, I think all these guys will have to play all together. We're going to need these guys to play, together in the absence of Calvin Ridley. We can't depend on just Julio Jones, so we're going to definitely need Austin Hooper to step out and do what he does best, and that just be a compliment, to Julio Jones, a second, option to Julio Jones, who's becoming a wonderful tight end. So step up Austin Hooper, the receivers, running backs, and the Falcons is going to have to use a much more balanced play calling from Dirk Cutter. We're going to have to use Devontae Freeman in the pass game, tight ends, Austin Hooper, as well as Jaden Graham, who's showing signs of becoming a playmaker for the Atlanta Falcons. So you're going to need all these guys to kind of play all together. All the receivers, running backs, and tight ends, all these guys play up to their potential, man. Because I think the Falcons have a tremendous amount of talent. But, again, man, goes back to Dirk Cutter, his play calling. Just have to see what these guys are gonna, how these guys are gonna do things. So let me know what you guys think about this, man. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Your boy's at 4,000. All right, the boy's at 3,000. 4,000 is my goal. If you're new to the channel, go and hit that subscribe button. More content is in the card, so you guys can check that out. But your boy, man, Mike is out, man. Peace.
Whipping the Princess Diana, double cup bling, found her. Oh my, oh God.